we go over that. Hello, you wonderful humans. Thank you for being here. It's time for one of our Simple Supplement Solutions Saturday talks. In these talks, what I like to do is go over some of my favorite supplement strategies for different issues that I see clients commonly deal with. And I like doing just a supplement solution every now and then. Food is really powerful and really important, so is breath work. We're not always in a situation like when we're traveling where we have time to do breath work or access to the foods that would help us. So these talks on Saturdays, I like to go over the supplements you can use because you can travel with those, whether you're in the car or in a plane or on a train, whatever, or boat. You can travel with these supplements and you can be prepared for these situations. So let's get into it. Travel can be stressful. Flights, traffic, other travelers, weather, various other things, they all contribute to the stress of travel. In this talk, we're going to review 5 things that I do when I travel to keep myself well. I got them all listed on the board. First one is airline and car exhaust. The problem, especially at airports, but also during longer drives, we get exposed to high levels of vaporized petroleum, car exhaust. This is due to the burning of fuel by the vehicles. If you've ever sat in an airplane before takeoff, you know the smell of vaporized or breathable fuel. Remember, if you can smell it, it is inside you, as there are no scent receptors on the exterior of the human body. I always like to make sure clients understand that. If you can smell it, it's in you. So we're no longer having a conversation about whether or not you were exposed to something. If you start the conversation with, oh, and then I smelled, as soon as you smell it, it is inside you. So here's the solution. I like to use parotid PMG and Tonics, both by standard process, to help with this. You take 3 of each before takeoff. I also recommend taking 3 of each after you land. What parotid does really well is a lot of chemicals, when they get into our system, they like to cling to our tissues. And what parotid PMG helps your body do is detach that stuff from your tissues so it's not sticking to you anymore. Where Tonics comes in, you hear me talk about this one for immune support and for allergy support as well. Tonics helps the body remove irritants. It nourishes the liver. And it's a really simple way to help anything that you breathed in that you don't want in your body get removed. 3 of each before and after the flight. That's what I like to do whenever I fly. Also, sometimes my family drives down to St. Louis, and that's 6 hours in the car. If we go up to Minnesota, that's also 6 hours in the car. I will do that same combo for drives like that. Next one I want to talk about, immune support. The problem, you're going to spend time with people you don't see regularly. You'll be traveling with strangers, and you will touch countless surfaces that may or may not be clean. Gross, but no big deal, because we know what to do to stay well while we travel. Something I like clients to know is that it's not just that other travelers or other people we will interact with at a party or at work or out in society, it's not that they have a bug, a bacteria or a virus, something like that, that is necessarily going to hurt us. Not all the bacteria out there, for example, are bad for us. One of the things that can mess with us is our body's immune system in our gut is very responsive or reactive to other people's immune systems in their gut. So if you're traveling to stay with someone for a while, or you're meeting up with a friend you don't see regularly and you'll be sharing a hotel room, it's very likely that part of what you're going to experience in terms of your immune system is going to be a reaction to being around those other people. Now, in addition to that, some people do carry bugs that just mess us up. So if we know we're going to get exposed to a different group of people, it's very likely we will be getting exposed to a different group of bugs. So here's what we do. First thing is Conjuplex by standard process. This is the rapid response multivitamin for your immune system. I don't recommend people just take it all the time. I like people to use it for when something is sneaking in. They get the sniffles, they get the sore throat thing, they start to feel run down, and they just saw that friend who is just getting over cough, sore throat, feeling run down. Quick response from this, and we pair that with Tonics. Now you might be asking me, Drew, you said this is your rapid response thing. Why are you using it prophylactically? Well, this is the one exception to that, to only using it as a response. When I'm traveling, because I'm certain I'm going to get exposed to so many new immune challenges, I want to make sure my rapid response team is tuned up and kind of firing on all cylinders whenever I travel. The way that we do that, before departing, you take 3 to 6 Chondroplex. The way you determine the dose, the longer the flight, the more Chondroplex you take. If you get any sniffles for any reason when you're at the airport or in the car, take 3 Tonics right away. Should you start to feel a sore throat or any kind of sinus congestion, there's a product that we have called Andrographis Complex. It's an herbal blend. It's very potent. It's very wonderful. I've not had clients experience side effects from it, even though it is very potent. And if you start to get that, the sinus congestion, the sore throat, especially while you're in the plane or in the car, you start to take 1 Andrographis Complex every hour until you feel better. It comes in a nice tiny bottle. It's really easy to travel with. And I just make sure one of those is in my bag everywhere I go, driving or flying. Last thing you want to do is show up to a vacation and be sick, right? All right, setting your sleep cycle is the third thing I want to talk about. The problem, travel often involves going to a different time zone or participating in events that change your typical sleep and wake cycle. Instead of being tired on vacation or missing out on time with loved ones due to sleeping in, use these supplements to help regulate your body's internal clock. It is melatonin and a product called Adrenal Complex. Here's how I like to use these. Melatonin is not something that keeps you asleep. It is a signal to your body that it is time to start sleep. So we'll use very little of this, maybe 1 milligram, all the way up to 3 milligrams. It's a very small amount, just before we're laying down when we should be going to sleep. So we've used the toilet for the last time of the day, we've brushed our teeth, all that good stuff, and now we're laying down. That's when it's melatonin time. Now here's the better part. In the morning, you want to signal to your body that it's time to be awake and alert, just like you signaled to it when it was time to start sleep. You use Adrenal Complex to signal when it's time to start being awake. And what you do is you use this at specific times of day, and it sends a signal to your body, oh, it's this time of day. Got it. Good to know. You'll use this throughout the day to send a signal of what time of day it is. You'll use this at the end of the day to signal that it's sleep time. Here's how you use Adrenal Complex. At 8 a.m., you take 1 whole tablet. At noon, you take a half a tablet. And at 4 p.m., you take a half a tablet. You can do that with or without food, so it makes it very, very user-friendly. The idea here is that full tablet at 8 a.m. is a big signal to your body that it's time to get up and get going. And the half tablet at noon and 4 is a signal to keep going, but not to get as revved up as 8 a.m. So if you need to set your sleep cycle, so especially if you're traveling over time zones, really important combo to travel with. And the bottle is 2 ounces, so TSA does not mind if you fly with it. All right, fourth thing, this one comes up for me all the time, eating differently when you travel. The problem, travel comes with exciting new foods, which is great. It also means that your digestive tract is going to have some new challenges. This can impact your energy, your bowel movements, which can affect your whole day, and how your clothes fit. Oh man, I only packed these shorts. It's warm today, but I'm all bloated. Can't fit into them. Instead of missing out on new foods and flavors, let's support our digestive tract. All right. You knew, because it's a workshop that I'm doing, that I was going to find a way to talk about Spanish black radish. Of course I am. I love Spanish black radish. It's my favorite. A client asked me the other day if I would get a Spanish black radish tattoo. I'm going to have to see the artwork before I agree to that. Spanish black radish. Big time support for your intestines. Helps your body keep them nice and clean. It's also big time support for your liver. And a lot of the times when we travel, it's because it's a vacation or a getaway, and we're having more alcohol and more fatty, rich foods. Cool. It's a vacation. Go for it. Use some Spanish black radish to help your liver deal with all of that. When your liver is happier, it helps your digestive tract. It's an accessory digestive organ. Food doesn't pass through your liver, but your liver helps your body process the food that's passing through it. Spanish black radish, one in the morning, one in the evening. If you know you're going to have some alcohol, more than you usually do, especially, then you want to make sure that you have one of these when you start drinking alcohol in addition to the morning and evening or breakfast and supper dose. This other supplement is called Diaplex. Diaplex is a wonderful little supplement because it is 6 different standard process supplements all blended together into one capsule. So you don't have to travel with 6 bottles clinking around in the back of your car or in your carry-on. Okay? You bring Diaplex with you. Diaplex has stomach support, it has pancreas support, it has gallbladder support. Those are 3 of the biggest players in digestion. And when you support stomach, pancreas, and gallbladder, you support the digestion of protein, fat, and carbs, which means you're covering all your bases. I used to have a different food protocol for when people traveled. I think this is superior. So for everybody who knows my old combo of using Zypan with AF beta food and wishing for the best, that was still a good combo. This is a better combo. So 2 Diaplex per meal with the Spanish black radish, which is 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening, and an additional one if you're having more booze than usual. All right, 5th, staying calm. As soon as I said it, I got a response. You'll like this. The problem, travel can be stressful. Inclement weather, scheduling issues, uncomfortable traveling conditions, etc., etc. Getting upset doesn't make them better. What makes them better is supporting your nervous system so that a problem doesn't become a big problem, or so a big problem doesn't become a bigger problem. Yeah. Some of these supplement combos, I wish that I had known all the people on the plane when we got delayed on, we were all boarded and we got delayed for 2 hours. We had to stay on the plane before takeoff. I would have gladly distributed all of my Mintran and Orchex. That's what I want to talk about. Mintran and Orchex. I would have gladly given every one of these away to everybody on that plane because it was hot and stuffy and nobody was doing that well. No baby on the flight, so there wasn't a crying baby, so it could have been worse. Okay? The solution, Mintran and Orchex. Mintran is a blend of minerals to soothe the body. It can help with restlessness. It can help with muscle cramps, which I know happen to some people when they fly, or if they're bigger and they get stuck in the back seat. And with tension in the body. Let those shoulders roll back, even though the airline seat is not the most comfortable chair. Take 2 to 4 Mintran before departing, and it can make a world of difference for a traveler who is expected to stay seated for hours, as Mintran has a greater influence on our physical body. It helps our muscles to relax and unwind. So if we're going to be in one position for hours on end, like driving for 3 or 4 hours, flying for 3 or 4 hours, sitting for 3 or 4 hours, it's going to help us to keep our body nice and relaxed so that it doesn't get stuck and rigid in kind of one position. Next thing is Orchex. Orchex is to soothe your mind. It's a brain blend. It really shines when racing thoughts, fears, and confusion try to take a hold of your brain. Get to the airport, let's say. Your gate has changed. It's on the other side of the airport. Of course it is, Couldn't be the gate next door. Couldn't be from A1 to A2. It's from A1 to G7. Oh my goodness. You can't change that. What you can do is change how you react to it. Part of what's in OR checks nourishes the part of your brain that is the problem-solving part of your brain. So when unexpected things happen during travel, if you have OR checks on board with you, you're still going to have whatever unexpected thing came up, but your brain is going to have a much healthier and much calmer problem-solving mindset in going after that problem or that change that came up. I take 2 before departing, whether I'm driving or flying, because OR checks isn't something that makes you drowsy. Mintran doesn't make you drowsy. It soothes you. You can be very alert and energetic and soothed. It's what I think like Buddhist monks feel most of the time. So I can still drive a car. I can still find the correct gate at the airport because I'm not drowsy. I don't feel like I'm falling asleep. I'm just soothed. I'm just calm. I take 2 before I depart, whether I'm driving or flying, on the OR checks, and you can take up to 12 a day. And that comes to mind because an actual client story. Client was traveling, weather had rolled in, they were flying, weather had rolled in, flights were getting redirected, their plane had to go to a different airport than was scheduled, and then they were trying to find a way to get a flight from that airport to their intended destination, but the weather was holding it up. And then it sounded like they were going to have a flight, and then they got canceled, and it was a little roller coaster kind of action. And they had OR checks with them, and they kept taking OR checks. And they said, I was never happy because all my flight stuff was getting all messed up, but I never freaked out. Cool. I don't blame you for not being happy with that much confusion and chaos. And nobody likes to fly in storms. All right, those are the 5 things that come up. I want to give you some example protocol or an example of what I do, basically, when I fly. So before we depart, I take 3 of the parotid, 3 of the Tonics, 3 of the Chondroplex, and 2 OR checks. I'm handling the chemical stuff, the exhaust. I'm helping my immune system perform, and I'm staying nice and calm. I haven't eaten anything yet. My sleep cycle isn't messed up yet, so we're good. That's before departing. When I arrive, I take 3 more of the parotid, 3 more of the Tonics, 3 more of the Chondroplex. I want to remove as much exhaust, whether it's airplane or car, as possible from my body. And I want to keep my immune system alert and ready to kick butt because I'm on vacation and I don't want to be sick. And then just in general, when I'm traveling, 2 Diaplex with each meal, 1 Spanish black radish at breakfast and 1 at lunch. That's helping me to make sure that I am digesting all my food, not thinking about my tummy when I'm traveling. And then the adrenal complex, 1 at breakfast, half at lunch, half at 4 p.m., and 1 milligram of melatonin at bedtime. Those are giving the signals to my body, hey, what time of day is it? What are we doing? Is it sleep time? Is it go time? There are very few other supplements that I will travel with. So when I am doing this combination, that's my supplement program for the time being. I'll do little add-ons, but before I get into that, what I mean is I have my normal supplement program based on my hair analysis that I'm doing all the time. But when I travel, I take a break from that and I switch over to this combo just while I'm traveling. Does that make sense? So I stop, like Immuplex. I'm regularly on Immuplex. When I'm traveling, I have Chondroplex for my immune system, so Immuplex stays at home. It's less for me to juggle. But I'm always on Spanish black radish and Mintran, so those were coming with me anyways. I will take the travel supplements with me. If I'm going somewhere sunny, I'll bring the supplements for our sunburn protocol. If I'm going somewhere very cold, I'll bring the supplements for my winter season change protocol because it helps keep your fingers and your toes and your feet nice and warm. So I'll add that stuff in acutely, but for the most part when I travel, it's just this travel protocol to handle these 5 problems. As always, when questions come to mind, we want to hear them from you. That's why in all of our videos, from all of our talks, We have our phone number, we have how to get us on social media and YouTube, and our email address. So please reach out with any questions that come to mind. Thank you so much for being here, whether in person or online, and thank you so much for watching this after the fact. We'll see you soon.